We zijn in Düsseldorf voor een exclusief kijkje bij het concept voor de Ford B-Max. Designdirector Stefan Lamm gaat ons er alles over vertellen.
I mean, this is not a concept car. This is pretty much the reality what we show here. This is the new Ford B-Max, and it is a preview of the vision of Ford, how a small minivan MPV gonna look like in that segment. That's why we decided to go with this concept with sliding door and no bead pillar. Because the construction is quite complex, yeah. So, and you need to really, and I think this is coming back to our engineer side, it's so innovative. So you need to have a very good engineering team to develop that, because you need to put the strength into the doors and also into the rocker treatments to make that happen.
So I'm going to try this now, because I want to know, somebody's going to get mad at me for putting my feet up here. But
be careful on this.
I couldn't do this before.
Yeah.
I like what you've done.
I mean, we have different kind of DNA treatments. Basic DNA for Ford is driving dynamics, and we try to express this in our design. So, especially the front end needs to be really clear, needs to be a Ford with its graphics of the grille treatments, headlamp. Looking at the side view, absolutely clear Ford as well. The window line graphic, reminiscence to the S-Max and to the Ford C-Max. Quite dynamic. A little bit of wedge in the design gives a lot of dynamism to the overall architecture. Nicely sculptured body side, which is quite unusual for a car with sliding door, because what we want to avoid is that the car looks like a commercial car. And bold.
Like a van.
Exactly,
yeah.
So the car should look sporty, dynamic, and should look agile while it's standing still. Our desire is that the cars are not overloaded with a lot of lines. So also in that case is really important. I think also in terms of the architecture aspect is important that the car has a very good stance also from the rear, because this is also unusual in an MPV segment, because they're quite flat sometimes and tall. It's pretty clear that we in Ford, we want to make the driver, he's the captain in the car, but we want to also, we have our driver assistants in those cars, and it helps and to support the driver to have a better feeling and better, safer approach to his driving experience. So we keep that definitely in mind, but we should not overload, and we're really careful on this, so we don't overload the customers with too many informations. But it's definitely also a trend, but it's definitely also there's a request from the customers, because customers are also getting younger and more used to all those gadgets. I mean, I love to draw and to sketch. This was a starting point, and I did this when I was 7 or 8 years old. But then when I was 15, I was really into cars, and yeah, this was always my desire to be a car designer, a product designer. Every designer still is doing that with sketches on a sheet of paper, and this is going to be translated and later on into models, and then into CAD, and then into reality. But what's happening here in terms of the brain and the heart, I think this is a starting point on designing a car, because it is an emotional subject, and you need to get this emotion across with a pencil and a sheet of paper. It was sports cars, it was Ferraris and Lamborghinis I did. I mean, there's a big difference, because in my case now, you, as head of exterior design, you have a big group of designers around you, supporting you, you're supporting your vision, and but you're also involved in a lot of management decisions, and also with engineering, because You don't design for your own sake and for your own case. So this is a big difference between managing and also to be creative. And I think there's a big challenge, and I love it. On the other side, working within the team is a bigger thing, because at home, with 7 you were at home, or 15 you were at home, and you do this for yourself. In that case, now you have a team, you work together with it, you communicate every day, and you can create something together. And I think this is the biggest challenge, and that's why I like to work within the team, not sitting there with your own and create something. Yeah, I was thinking, oh, you were a little bit naive on some of those details you put on those, but you smile, and yeah, I still keep it, and just as a memory.
Het B-Max-concept van Ford laat zien dat er nog niches over zijn in de auto-industrie. Interessantste detail is het volledig ontbreken van een deurstijl. En wie wel eens een maxi-cozy achterin heeft gezet, wordt daar wel gelukkig van. Bovendien komt deze auto bijna ongewijzigd in productie. Wanneer het precies is en wat het gaat kosten, dat is nog even een verrassing.